Hello, today you join me in a celebration of Lombardy in northern Italy. And particularly in celebration of this stuff, Braulio from Valtellina, which is the Valtellina Valley is pretty much as far north as you can go in Italy before you hit Switzerland. They make some absolutely fantastic Nebbiolo-based wines as well. It's a little terrifying to see the viticulture up there because some of the grapes are basically on like the vines are like on cliff faces. But the wines are great and a really fun alternative to Piedmont stuff. I'm sorry, I a little sidetracked here. So today, Lombardy, I am wearing a vintage linen jacket from Canali, great Milanese suit maker. If you were ever going to a wedding and then afterwards you're going to play some football, Canali is the is the jacket style you want. I absolutely love them. They're so Miami Vice fantastic. Anyway, so the occasion for this was, well, first of all, I love Braulio, and I just got a bottle of this after a couple of years of not trying it for a while. But also because I just did a review of this stuff. Come on, focus. It's not going to happen. Jacopo Poli 2000. Grappa. I will put this back up. Now, so this is a rather nice grappa. I didn't give it a bad score, but it's cramped by one particular thing, which is that I am like 90% sure they're adding sugar to this somehow. Some rum and cognac producers will refer to that as dosage. I will refer to it as adding sugar. And that kind of like just throws. So there's nothing wrong with sweetness, right? There's something wrong with not being transparent about having added sugar to whatever you're making. There's something wrong with if it throws off the balance. But essentially, there's nothing wrong with it. The problem with this is that balance thing. The distilled spirits I usually talk about on this channel, where you're just getting character from the distillate and sometimes from the wood that's aged in, are actually rather delicate. I know that sounds funny, but I mean, if you try some like Lafroig or something after a round of gins, you will know what I'm talking about. Like when you add sugar to something like that, you can't just do that and walk away, because what it's going to do is it's going to kind of numb down, and the other characteristics going to throw them off balance. If you want that balance back, you have to then, put other stuff in beyond the sugar, and then you're in the territory of crafting a liqueur. And here is an absolutely masterful example of how to do that. Braulio, Amaro, again from Valtellina. So it's I don't know. They were recently bought out by Campari. They're changing the label. Oh well, but this is still absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit. It's sweeter than Campari. It's not as sweet as something like Montenegro, but you will definitely perceive the sugar more. It doesn't have that kind of bright red color. But what this does have, oh my God, is a kind of herbaceous character, which is I love it. I love it. It's as if someone, took some Fernet Branca and dropped a York's peppermint patty into it. But better, like the best possible version of that combination. Oh God, it's good. I've chilled this down, so I can't really, offer the most full, exhaustive list of characteristics I'm getting, but there's definitely some barkiness. There's some bitter roots, gentian happening. Bitter tree bark. But then the herbs, there's mint, there's menthol, there's maybe some citrus peel happening in there. Cinnamon, clove. And it's just also, it's so balanced. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm nerding out about this. I really like this stuff. Yeah, it's this wonderful balance between the bitterness, kind of almost coffee cola thing happening with the bark, and the herbs and that little hint of citrus sour, and the sense of sweetie syrupiness on the palate. I just realized I didn't bring my shot glass, which will be necessary in a second. I may have to pause this video. That's rare. You were getting occasion here. Oh my God, I love this. It's so basically what you are getting here, as you should with a good Amaro, is basically the best ready-to-drink cocktail you are ever going to have. Arrives quite sweet. Again, we're not dealing with a super sweet Amaro here, but it's definitely sweeter than Fernet Branca, than Campari, like some of the other big names. But then, like, the back end bitterness is so on point, and the herbs just covering everything and making it come alive. God, I love this. I could drink this all night long. This is fantastic stuff. I'm gonna crush this bottle within the next week or two, and I never do that. It's so yummy, and the bitterness and the slight sour just makes you want a little bit more, despite the fact that, again, this is real sweet. It's much sweeter than the Poli, just to give you some idea, but it actually feels better balanced than the Poli. All right, so I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna come back with a measuring implement. All right, I am back, and I now have. I washed this thing. I did not actually set it on my tasting table here. All right, so I would totally drink this on its own all night long, but I feel like most people would also like to use it in mixed drinks of various kinds. God, I mean, you could just top this up with seltzer. It would be fantastic on a hot day. But what I'm going to do is make a Negroni. So I'm going to get my trusty rocks glass here. Now, I've been thinking a lot about Negronis recently. I'm just going to add, I'm going to go do, come on, where's my ounce? There we go, there's ounce. So many thoughts about this. First thing, it has always confused me a little bit. I'm going to add some ice. That Italy makes a ton of Amaro. It makes Campari. It makes red vermouth, sweet vermouth. What they don't make a whole lot of is gin. And I've looked for Italian gin in Binny's, and there are a couple of them. They don't look super interesting to me. So, in lieu of gin for this, I'm going to use grappa. And this is a particularly good one. The other thing I would say about trying to use Braulio in a Negroni is it tends to be a little bit sweeter than Campari is. So be prepared for that. The way I'm going to adjust for that is again by using grappa in place of gin. This is just a stronger, drier, more aggressive base. And most people are going to be happy with an ounce of this stuff. I'm going to go 1.25 ounces because I'm a booze hound and I like my Negronis to be pretty hot. Maybe not even an ounce, just a hair over, how about a strong ounce? Let's call it that. All right, this is the Marolo Grappa Al Padre. It is fantastic. It is also 60% alcohol by volume. Now I would love to have a Negroni here made entirely out of stuff from Lombardy and really from Valtellina, but again, U.S. shelves being limited. I don't have Lombardy gin. I don't even have Lombardy grappa. Oh god, oh that's good. But I'm doing what I can. I'm sticking to Northern Italy, so it's really, you know, this is the heart of the cocktail, and the rest is, well, Piedmont, which is kind of right next door. And I'm garnished this with lemon peel. It's traditional to use orange peel, of course, but I find a little bit of lemon actually helps. Braulio really seems to like lemon and kind of citrusy sour stuff in general. And let's call this a Valtellina Negroni. Why not? Oh, that's good. I would let the ice kind of settle in, melt a little bit. It's a hair bit strong right now. And on a hot summer day, I would wait for this to kind of water down a hair bit before I really got into it. But oh yeah, that's nice. It's it basically feels like a slightly more desserty aroma Negroni, but not too much so. With just like this halo of herbaceousness happening, but still actually very grippy on the back end, very kind of refreshing and bitter. And I love the grappa in this. The grappa just adds a floral character. This is great. Anyhow, thanks for watching my video. If you are a spirits producer, please do not make regular spirits that you are then just putting sugar into. If you want to make a sugary spirit, make something like this. This is just better. Anyways, thank you for watching. Lombardy is awesome. Valtellina is awesome. And Braulio is awesome. Enjoy this as your summer sipper. I will review this grappa soon. Oh, and the vermouth, of course, is the standard Cocchi Torino. You've seen this everywhere. Thanks for watching, and cheers.